Lunchbox is brought to you by Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market.
Hold the mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome bay, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. It's a Thursday, and boy, oh boy, am I excited, Jeff T. from the Forest. We are at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market in Hollywood, and let me just set this up by saying Buffalo has the chicken wing, Chicago has the hot Italian beef sandwich, New York has pizza slices and dirty water hot dogs, but South Florida has stone crab, and I'm going to be having some in a few minutes. I cannot wait. We miss you out here today, Defo. How are you?
I'd be better if I was with you, and there's no doubt about it. I've been involved in a small fiasco that just keeps getting more and more complicated, so I was stuck here at home. And while you guys are going to be eating, and I'm sure you ordered the colossals there from Gina and the people, but
I'm not greedy.
while you're stuffing down stone crabs, I'm eating Cheez-Its, like Mayo and Lubie. So
well,
go bleep yourselves. So would be my reaction to today's show.
Well, we've got Gene coming out in a minute. I did communicate with Jose, the longtime seafood manager and now owner of Delaware. And, yeah, I guess the seas have been kind to them. I see a bountiful supply of all sizes of stone crab. And let me tell you, the large look mighty large. I will be pleased. Even the mediums are looking bigger. I think they've changed the regulations in terms of, what the trappers are allowed to pull. I'm very excited for a lot of reasons, and it just means that you can also feel it in the air. Did you take your walk this morning? I almost feel
the weather was nice.
Hint of fall. The air is getting drier and cooler. Am I hallucinating, Defo?
No, it was beautiful out. I went this morning about 10:30, got back about 12. Couldn't have been any nicer. In fact, it's so nice that after the show, I might just go again. That's how beautiful it is.
Ernie Banks, let's walk twice.
Let's play two.
Yeah. Speaking of playing two, the Mets need another chance after last night's debacle. Man, it's like one of those NBA series where every game is a blowout. Yep. It's kind of weird, but game one, blowout for the Dodgers. Game two, kind of a blowout for the Mets. They take a 6-0 lead and hold on. And then last night was just utter another debacle, but this time in front of the hometown crowd at Citi Field. Look more like shitty field. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to curse. But anyway, I don't know how are the Mets fans out there feeling. I'm trying to keep up hope. You remember '73, right? Tug McGraw. What was the big saying back in '73?
You gotta believe. You gotta believe, Mayo.
Yeah.
Don't give up on them. Don't give up just yet.
Okay.
That's been kind of the way the season has gone. That's why they've been compared to the amazing Mets, although there really isn't a viable comparison because these guys are pulling off miracles late in the season to make the playoffs, and then during the playoffs, they've been coming back from the grave many times. So maybe they can do it again tonight. Now, we'll see. Quintana out there, the two losses combined 17-0. In favor of the Dodgers, and then of course they won the middle game 7-3. So
remember,
let's see if they bounce back.
Is still alive because of a series like this. He might have left New York a lot earlier than he did, if not for a big home run from the Pirates versus the Yankees.
Look,
that was Yankees blowing out every game they won, Pirates winning closely every game they won.
60 World Series.
Pull off the upset in a very tight game on a walk-off home run.
I just think Mets fans kind of feel like it's playing with house money now, and anything that comes after this is icing on the cake. But no, I'm greedy.
You should never feel that way because you end up losing the house money.
Yeah, all right. But
you're playing with house money, but you had the money in your pocket, and it's not officially a win until you leave the casino or whatever establishment you're in, whatever gambling endeavor you're in.
Now, last night was a pivotal game, but tonight is kind of, I'd say, a do-or-die game.
Double pivotal.
Double pivotal.
You're not going to go down 3-1 on home and then have to win, basically the rest of the games with, two of them in L.A. But Yeah, we'll see. I'm not giving up hope. You're right, and the Mets can bounce back. They have shown good bounce back ability. Is that a word?
No, late game
Resiliency, my friend.
Really?
Late game resiliency. That's what it's all
We'll
about.
see what happens. Is there
Panthers had it. FAU had it when they went to the Final Four in basketball, and the Mets have shown that, displayed that so far in the postseason.
Now, what's the schedule today? Because I'm a little bit.
I got the Yankees in Cleveland 5:08.
Oh, okay.
And surprisingly, you're getting a big price on the Yankees in this game, even though they look fairly dominant so far. Cleveland did not look up to the task, but you get plus 150 on the Yankees because they're going against Boyd for the Cleveland Indians, who's their ace. And you're getting plus 120 on the Dodgers tonight.
Okay.
So the bookies are saying that the Mets, which you have to lay 150 to win 100, not necessarily a favorable position to be in. Mets are favored tonight with Quintana against Yamamoto, the Japanese superstar who was injured but was fairly effective when he was healthy.
All right, we're going to see a more exciting playoff baseball action coming up tonight. Meanwhile, I have a happy story that involves horse racing and gambling. When was the last time, Defo, that a pinhead jockey made a dumb move and it actually worked out to your benefit?
I'm going to say.
Never.
Has it ever worked on anything?
Shoemaker, right? When he stood up at the wire in the race I had the Kentucky Derby one. What are you talking
I don't know
about?
if you watched the last race at Keeneland Racetrack yesterday.
Oh, my God.
But the same thing happened yesterday, and this time it worked out to my benefit. Now, I was kicking myself because earlier in the card, the sixth race was the ultimate hunch play of the day. What were we talking about yesterday?
Fuzzy tippers. And the fact that you're a cheapskate in a drive-through at the fast food place.
The fast food plane, I don't tip, but there was a horse named Generous Tipper. Went off at 5-1. Did I have a dime on him to win? No. He goes off and he shoots up the rail in the last.
I thought you bet the crap out of this horse. You're flush right now.
What happened was I basically put $80 into late pick fours where I singled Generous Tipper with the favorite in the first leg. So I'm alive with two legs and two singles in a ticket. And then I'm spread wide. I have three horses in the third leg, all the horses in the last leg. And of course, what happens? I don't have the horse that wins the third leg. I have the second, third, and fourth place horses. Jesus. And it was one of those like, okay, here we go again. But what I did is
look in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm Mike Mayo, and this is what happens to me.
Yes. But then I said, all right, I'm going to make it
I'm looking at the man in the mirror.
Day. What I did was I played the late double. I did a ticket in the late double where I used a bunch of horses that included the horse that knocked me out of the pick four. And then I used it with two horses in the last leg. One of them was the favorite, and the double was going to come back $19 for a buck. One of them was a long shot with Jimmy Graham, who is Gurgle's favorite.
Gurgles loves Jimmy Graham.
I love that angle. The last race that came in.
Is Doug Bradar still his agent, or did he switch around?
Oh, that's
I think he is. And Jimmy Graham was on a 20-1 long shot, the number 7 horse, which had a great name. Gotta have dreams, right? If you don't have dreams, you got nightmares.
That was the point.
Yeah. Lately, though, I have been having nightmares. Okay. I could describe them to you because they've been very vivid.
Like, get this. All right, my new favorite jockey in the world is named Luan Machado, kind of a journeyman that
Any relation to Manny Machado of
no idea.
Padres? They lost also.
All I know is one of these two-turn mile and a 16th races at Keeneland, where a lot of times at Keeneland, they have the finish line being the first wire, like the 16th pole. They do that at Gulfstream sometimes. Well, this jock must have thought that the first finish line was in play because he was clear by daylight, 5 lengths ahead. And then all of a sudden, he puts the horse under wraps and stands up in the last 16th of a mile when it was still a live race. Jimmy Graham comes roaring along on the 7 horse and nips him by a neck at the wire. And I was like, I can't believe I just watched this. But I ended up cashing a daily double ticket for $185. And I feel like king of the world. I got out for the day, and now I have play money for the rest of the week.
It's kind of like the thinking in the Mets game last night where a bunch of my friends who were handicappers like the over in the game based on the fact that Walker Buehler has been horrible this year for the Dodgers. So, of course, the Dodgers combined with Walker Buehler to pitch a shutout. But Ohtani hits a 3-run homer late, and that puts the game over. So even though you were dead wrong, you end up being right.
Exactly.
That's what's great about gambling.
That's great about gambling.
You know that.
The guest of honor has arrived, and I'm not
look at that. That is unbelievable.
Crabs. We got a nice mixed seafood platter.
Can you toss me one through the screen here?
I could give you a shrimp.
Just hold one up. Do you have the stone crabs there?
Yeah, we got the stone crabs.
Just hold one up. They look gigantic.
I love that these.
Nice
Okay, this has
oh
to be
my God!
possible, right?
No,
are those lobsters? What are they?
This one.
Oh, that one? No, that looks like a large. The
This
large
is not a colossal.
The
Oh,
large
Jesus.
are running in very large
at
these days.
This is
And
like my
Look at
hand.
us. We're so I gotta mind my manners. We
No,
gotta wait
Defo
till
wanted
Gene
to
gets
see
here,
it.
but
I
he
wasn't.
wants-
I have to see you guys slobber one down.
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah,
So he
hold
did.
it.
Oh my
Put up
God!
the
Look at that
first
thing.
I'm gonna start
That's
in on
first of the
he's got
season,
the
eh?
mustard sauce. He's got
You can almost
the
taste the
cocktail,
salt water. I mean, it looks so fresh, unbelievable.
and I'm gonna go in with some of these
The
beautiful
shrimps are nice.
shrimp,
The
like
shrimp.
the shrimp cocktail shrimp.
Are
I
very
think
nice.
these are the Gulf shrimp.
Cocktail sauce
They
too.
also have the Key West shrimp. I'm gonna just start the
Oh, his
festivities,
famous
and look,
cream
he's got
spinach.
cream spinach. It looks like he's got coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
And we've got Gene kind of stepping in. I'll wait before stuffing my mouth full with some of this great, beautiful.
No, don't wait. Come on. I mean, I have to witness this. The cream spinach, I could eat that whole bowl. I mean, it's dynamite there.
There we go. Well, we
all,
got
all of the sides they have.
Gene. Usually the grilling machine. Today's the cracking machine. He got those
Yeah.
stone crabs cracked nice and beautiful.
Machine.
How are you, my friend? Happy stone crab season.
Happy? Thank you. It's nice to have you guys back.
Yes, Defo
And,
had some emergencies. He had to stay home
Oh,
today, much
he's-
to his chagrin because
He's remotely. I thought I heard his voice.
yeah,
Oh, well, very unfortunate, Gene. I mean, I have a bowl of Cheez-Its here, and these guys are feasting on the food at Delaware Chicken
Look
Farm.
at this.
Mm.
And then we have like a nice tray, a nice stone crab platter with some shrimp, some mustard sauce, cocktail sauce, cream
stone crabs.
spinach, and coleslaw.
Uh,
We even have a plate
you even got
ready
plates?
for you.
And
Plate for me, the blue plate special. With Mayo's obsession with stone crabs, this is fun just to watch. Actually, I feel like one of the people on Let's Eat South Florida, and I'm looking in amazement, and I'm thinking, how many is he going to eat, Gene? And then is he going to hit you up for a bunch for free as he walks out the
No,
door?
I'm not. And you know what? As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do, because these guys, they know, like I'm a good customer. I come in, I pay my full freight. We have our business arrangement where they're a sponsor of the show.
Exactly.
But I
just for the
come
show.
in and I told Val that today is going to be a happy day because it's going to be a great triple header for me. I'm going to be here for the show. And I'm going to pick up a bunch of stone crabs and a little bottle of champagne from Primo Liquors right down the block of our new home. And that's going to be for later tonight. But after the show here, I'm going to go make a stop at our friends at Southport Raw Bar.
Oh,
which
nice.
Having
Yeah, they're having the
all
anniversary.
day celebration for 50th anniversary. So I'm going to stop off there and say hi to Buddy and Noy and Flower and the whole. They did a really nice write up for the anniversary and today's sunset.
Yeah. Did a whole picture shoot. It was
friend
actually a photo shoot. It was
Philip
really cool.
Valise, yeah, and they took those pictures right after we did the show on Monday, and they came out looking marvelous. And
Nice.
Buddy did tell them. I mean, we knew about it, but I didn't discuss it on the show. But he's going in for some major surgery on Monday down at I think, or in Miami, spinal fusion surgery.
Oof.
He's been having all kinds of back issues.
And that is not fun.
Oh, that's not fun.
And
that's
we
a
wish
tough
him
one.
well. That's going to be scheduled for Monday, and he's going to be laid up for a while.
So he's not going to be in the Masters this year, you think?
No, it would be.
Okay.
Wasn't that Tiger Woods thing, spinal
Yeah.
fusion?
Yep.
He's going to be happy to just be up walking around without losing his balance. He was saying that it's getting to the point where he needs a walker or a helper, or he's
geez.
kind of gotten the Biden-esque walking abilities
Yeah, exactly.
these days. But no, we wish him well. I'm going to be dropping by there. Defo, you should come out later in the day. They got live bands going all the way till midnight. I think they got like
Oh yeah, wow, that's
Yeah, it's all
fantastic.
day.
Wow.
5 different bands, including one. Buddy told the story Monday about how
What time are you going to be there, Mike Mayo?
I'm probably going to be there, I'd say, in the 4 o'clock range. Yeah. So
I
late afternoon.
don't
couldn't
know.
get there until later on, but
Okay. Well, if you make a time, then I could come on out because it's around the corner for me. But anyway,
oh yeah, wow,
yeah,
nice.
yeah, it's all good. But meanwhile, we're here, 4191 North State Road 7. Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market is the full name. I just know it is my place for stone
Happy
crabs,
place, yeah.
especially now that season is here. October 15th, 2 days ago it began. Did you get them in on that afternoon, or was it
Yeah.
yesterday?
Yeah, we did get some on the 15th, right around 4 o'clock.
Was there demand for it? Were people coming
Oh
in?
yeah, we have a list of people that were waiting for it.
Oh,
And,
pre-order?
yeah, they pre-ordered. A lot
Wow.
of people.
And Mike Mayo was not on that list?
No, I was not on the list.
Wow.
I mean,
Hey, on another list, Mayo.
he's
The Schmer
scheduled.
list.
He's scheduled to be here after the fact. So, yeah, those customers they like specials. One of the ladies, one of our customers is is a lady. It's her birthday every year.
Okay.
She wants to have it for her on her birthday.
Oh,
I think
nice.
It was
the
Lubie's
15th.
birthday yesterday, by the way.
I didn't
Happy
think.
belated
I didn't
birthday.
think about stone
Have
crab.
yourself a
Okay.
stone crab, Lubie.
All
Happy
right.
birthday! Happy
Yeah.
belated birthday.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
it's all
Yeah.
good. But yeah, there's always demand. And I guess imagine this weekend also a lot of people are going to be ordering for football games.
It's picking it up. It's picking up.
Yeah,
It's picking
so,
up. Mhm.
That's always good. And again, the season goes till May 1st. And at the beginning of the season, I guess there was some concerns because of all these hurricanes, what that was going to do to the supply and actually the trappers being able to get out there. And they've had their own
It was
issues.
a little bit. It was a little bit tough because nobody knew what was going to happen until they started taking out the trap, for the crab. But
But it looks like they're all here. All
Yeah,
sizes.
they're
all
nice.
here. They're all here.
All right, and in the past we've done the demonstration of how to crack a stone crab, and you said it's just basically like 3 points that you got to hit on the crab, and we don't have the cracker out here today, but it's basically you do the knuckle,
Yeah, basically you do the knuckle, and then you go to the middle,
right,
and then you hit it softly.
one shot in the middle,
Yeah,
and it should open up
and
nicely.
you kind of sometimes you have to hit it a couple times to get the meat to loosen from
look
that
at
little
this.
tapes. Yeah,
Look at this.
That
This
was-
whole claw
that was
came
clean.
out. And
Yeah.
Jim Sarney, if you're watching, okay,
This is your
Jim
seafood for
Sarney
today.
insanely pointed out to me. He showed me some YouTube clip of that. He said if a watermelon is perfectly ripe, you can actually open the watermelon with a single toothpick by just putting the toothpick in the right spot, and it splits open.
I never
don't-
heard that one before.
I don't think
What is
that stone crabs work the
Has
same
he
way.
been hanging out with your man Donnie Trump?
There's no
Yeah,
such a
exactly. What is he talking?
you're gonna have to use the right mallet, and then you have to have the right table or
Right
the stone.
Right
Yeah.
touch. You need that finesse, right?
You need to hit it with finesse, so you don't break. You kind of smash the meat.
But look at the way he did that.
That's a
This
nice-
whole thing is peeling off beautifully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna do it a big bite of just an entire stone crab, except you can't do that because it's got that cartilage in the middle.
Yeah,
so
so
you've
be
got
careful.
That
Yeah.
is
So
correct.
here you do it's you've got the knuckle part and then you've got the claw part, and then you kind of just pull out. You've got the full claw now. There's no shell on this. This is nothing but meat,
Mhm.
but they have this cartilage that goes
That go right through.
crosswise.
That's the muscle.
So
to hold it.
The muscle. So the proper way that you do it, I start with the little kind of pincer end, and you got some nice little sweet meat here on the
Yeah.
end. I do a little dunk of my mustard sauce. This is the classic Florida mustard sauce.
Yeah,
right?
that's the South Florida mustard.
You guys
sauce.
make it in
And-
house?
Yeah, we make that in here.
And-
Yes.
And what I do is I kind of go down to the halfway mark of
No, so you don't bite the thing.
I kind of bite down until you feel that cartilage, and then you gently pull back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just like that.
Good for you.
And then I got no shell, no cartilage, all meat. Absolutely delicious. I love this. I do my little happy dance. And then you'll notice, Defo, that I'm able to hold
From
the stone crab with the cartilage.
And now with the
And
other
then
way.
I do another dunk from the other side. I
That's
haven't
good.
touched it. My mouth hasn't touched it, so it's not considered a double dip.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I go a little bit more. Now I'm going to ask you, you got the Florida mustard sauce. You also have,
Cocktail.
I guess, like a honey mustard sauce. You got a couple
Yeah,
of
we
different
have
ones.
a variety of sauces. We have the South Florida mustard sauce,
Which has a little Worcestershire.
which is creamy with Worcestershire, some half and half,
Yep.
and then we also have the regular
Like
Delaware
a yellow
mustard.
mustard
Yeah.
sauce. Yep.
We call it the original.
Original.
Yeah,
And then call me old fashioned. I just like squirting a little lemon and then the hot drawn butter. I like dunking my stone crab just
Like
in
a
hot
lobster.
butter.
yeah, some people do.
Crab
Yeah.
lobster.
Some people
'Cause-
even like to warm them up. They like to heat them like They heat them up and then add some garlic butter on them.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's something.
Yeah.
To me, that the garlic kind of I love just the pristine
You
taste
overwhelm
of the
the
stone
flavor,
crab
yeah, yeah.
itself. It's such a nice sweet meat. Now the mustard sauce, some people say, oh, I think it enhances it if you use it
A little
just
bit.
a little sparingly.
Yeah.
Some people say all they taste is the mustard sauce. In which case, I say just go to the lemon and butter root.
Yeah,
and I
simple.
think that really makes it.
I agree.
You really kind of highlighting the star of the show, the stone crab itself. But anyway, I'm grabbing it by that cartilage, and then I'm going to pull off the rest.
That's it.
And
That's how you professionally eat a
That's,
stone crab.
that's sure.
I am a professional.
Oh, that's what we'll call
Now,
it.
I am counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to let Lubie have 2, and I'll probably have 5. No, I'm just kidding.
Lube
shocked
is
at
not
that.
a stone crab person.
No, I love them. My wife and my parents like them, so I try to administer them accordingly. I think they're fantastic. I actually am impressed because, again, we were somewhere the other day that they weren't sure how early people would be getting them, and the fact that you guys already day
Jose's
2,
on top of
it's
things.
like
he has
you have
contacts.
a full
Yeah, we have all the
case, like,
sizes.
it's
all the
crazy.
sizes. Yeah, we have all the sizes.
You got to understand, Jose's been doing this for what, almost 30
Yeah,
years?
we know people. Jose, let's put it that way. Jose is he knows people. So
He makes offers that they can't refuse. Defo.
Yeah.
No, the man,
and he probably go. Some people they wait for it, but if we don't have it, if he has to drive, like
he'll get in the van and drive
get
4
the
hours
best.
himself. Yeah.
Oh wow.
yeah,
That's the thing. And, there's
he will
places
go to pick them up.
you got your contacts in the Keys to the south. Sometimes you got them to the west out in Everglades City.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to go a little north up to the Tampa area. and
Okay,
all
so it is
that.
all
the
around.
the first batch, I think they came out of Miami Bay.
Miami
wow.
Bay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can find them, the Gulf, and like you can find them
Yeah,
all
there
everywhere
are
around
actually
Florida.
stone crabs on the Atlantic side. In the
Yeah.
Atlantic,
Oh, wow.
they're a little bit rarer, but it's more down in Florida Bay and the Keys, and then you get up into the Gulf, and
Yeah.
they're all over the Gulf.
Yes.
You know how that this is the freshest quality and pulled right from the traps because there's no sticking. It's like boom,
Yeah, it's clean.
this thing shed right into my mouth off the cartilage. Job well done on the cracking there,
Yeah.
Gene. And it's just it's wonderful. You feel the Christmas almost in the air. The temperature is dropping. You see all those New York and Quebec license plates
They're
starting
big
to
on
show
it.
up in the parking lot, and
The snowbirds.
Defo's favorite.
snowbirds are flying in. It's a double-edged sword. Yeah, we've got to sometimes deal
More
with a little bit
traffic.
more traffic. But Defo, I don't know. I think you should make your way down here at some point.
I thought about it because what I'm doing this afternoon got kind of out of skew also. But and I almost hopped in the car and went down there just to get a couple of these stone crabs. The questions are always these, Gino. Sounds like the supply is plentiful, and people are always concerned about the price. So give us an idea of where we're at in terms of the various sizes and the price per pound.
We have all the sizes right now. We do have the medium. They going for $36.99 a pound,
Mhm.
and the large, which is the count on the
The
medium.
large
are
are
like
used. They're looking like the
So
jumbos.
this is a
used to look.
large?
It seems like
This
the
is a
sizes have
big.
increased, and they look beautiful. It's $48.99 a pound.
$48.99 for the large, and then you have like 4 to 5,
Jumbos.
4 to 5, and at the count it's 4 to 5. The medium, they're like 6, 7 stone crab in a pound when you got the medium, and then the jumbo they're like 3. They're going for $62.99 for the jumbos. The colossal, which is 2 in a pound, this is a $69.99. Again, we have the medium,
We have every size.
6, 7, 36.99 a pound. We have the large, which is 4 to 5. They like $48.99 a pound. The jumbo is 3 in a count, $62.99 a pound, and then the colossal, which is 2, and then $69.99 a pound.
How does that compare to last year?
Last year prices about the same. The
Oh, yeah?
jumbo,
Okay.
about the same. I believe the jumbo were like $59.99, and the jumbos are like but that's
$5 more now, but
But again,
that's
the beginning
usually
it's
at the
usually
start
higher,
of the
right?
season, and then
yeah,
things tend to
that's
moderate
stabilized. Yeah,
and fluctuate depending on the time of
That
the
is-
year.
yeah.
Again, it is a seasonal delicacy. It makes you realize that you are living in South Florida,
Yeah.
and I think it's a great time to be alive because look at me. I'm digging out the
Hey,
knuckles.
Mayo, with your obsession with stone crabs, you're letting that cream spinach go cold, and I hate to see that because
Cream spinach is
that
fantastic.
is among my favorite items that they sell at Delaware
I'm
Chicken.
going to do it European style today. I'm going to have my protein first and leave the vegetables and salad for the later course. I got the nice coleslaw here. But a lot of people, they don't realize either they're lazy or just don't have enough experience. But there's so much good meat in these knuckles and that kind
Oh
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
center part. And it was funny because on the Let's Eat South Florida group this week, when people were discussing stone crabs, there was, I guess, a couple of servers that used to work at some seafood restaurants, and they say at the end of the night they would collect all the uneaten knuckles and
Might
just
make a
put them
soup.
in a pile. Not make a soup; they would just eat the knuckles. It's just
Yeah.
great meat, and they weren't afraid to because the people that had them on the plate didn't even touch them and didn't even go through them and open them up. So I love my knuckles. It's good sweet
But
meat.
the reason for that, I think it's most those people who don't go to the knuckles is because they're not the one paying for it. Usually somebody
Yeah,
else taking them out.
exactly.
They just eat whatever it's easy, and then they just But
that is
if
the
you,
height
That
of
is the best way to eat stone crabs, by the way. We were talking about that this morning.
OPM, right?
Louie and I were saying, if somebody else is paying it, what a
somebody else
dynamite
is
item.
paying for it, yeah, you just go for the easy
Exactly.
meat, and then you're like, oh,
Well,
I don't even
So
wanna-
what should you expect to pay in a restaurant? Like if you were getting a couple of large stone crab claws,
usually
what do you
jack
think?
up
How
the
does it
price.
equate out?
Yeah.
I don't know what Joe's is charging, but usually they call it their selects, which is kind of like mediums.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I haven't looked at it this year. I think last year the plate of selects, which was like 6 of them, was going for like $84 or something like that. So obviously you're better off
Yeah, come here.
value wise coming out to a seafood market and bring him home and crack him yourself. I always, to me, stone crabs is something I do enjoy going to Joe's once a year. I haven't
fun.
been down there for a couple of years. It's just one of those great iconic places of South Florida.
Just as good.
But in terms of going, if you're going to have this once a month, coming out to a place like Delaware is definitely the play.
Are you guys going to be doing the stone crab chowder?
Yeah, we do have
Because
this.
you already have it already.
We
Yeah,
have
that
the
was
stone crab
fantastic.
chowder. Mhm.
If you don't want stone crabs, but you want to at least get a taste of it, that's another great way
We have
to
this
get in
stone
there
crab
because your
chowder
soups
all
are
year long.
always amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I've just demolished my first stone crab of the season, which is always a very happy occasion. And I'm also marveling at myself because, Gene, you were spared the revolting indignity of yesterday's show where me and Lubie taste tested the new McDonald's chicken
God.
Big Mac
Have you heard of
sandwich.
this?
I heard about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I was
you don't
looking at
wanna
the
try it.
commercial.
No,
No.
we did it for you.
I hate to condemn any product or any place, even if it is a major chain, and obviously McDonald's is the biggest restaurant chain in the world, I think. But whoever had the idea of putting the chicken patties and replacing the beef patties and making it into a Big Mac with the chicken, they ought to be fired. I took 2 bites and tossed the rest. It was utter and complete garbage.
It's not good.
And to go from that, which is the lowest of the low in the gutter,
Yeah.
to now today, the heights of having a refined, beautifully cracked stone crab, I just pinch myself every day and say, what a life I've created for myself. And
Yes.
it's a wonderful thing.
It's nice to be a food critic.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Better to be feared than loved, Gene, as they said
That's
in the Bronx
100%
Tale.
true.
Much better to be feared.
All right,
Yes.
Defo, I think we're going to let you go, right?
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, I mean, unless you...
I mean, look, it's no fun watching you guys stuff your face with the fine food at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market while I have a dish full of Cheez-Its. I mean, come on.
I hope the rest of your day...
But I promise you, I will fix everything that's wrong with this country if you give me your vote today. I will end all wars and
You have my
everybody...
You have my vote. You have
there
my
you go.
vote because
A
I want
chicken in every pot and, a stone crab in every garage. So,
Well, Defo,
you guys have fun. Don't be afraid to come by the house here with a couple of those, Lubie, if you're on your way home. So,
There you go.
drop by
On the
with
way
one
home.
or two.
Gene, we love you, man. You're the best.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
Defo, we'll see you at Gulfstream tomorrow.
Yes.
And before we take our first break, I just also want to just kind of fill in the blanks here at Delaware. Besides the stone crab, you look around here. They completely redid the interior over the summer. It is looking spiffy for the new season. People are streaming in. They're buying. They've got farm fresh eggs. They've got all kinds of grab and go items like
Yes.
roasted chicken.
Roasted chicken.
They've
Oh,
course,
yeah.
they've got all the chickens for roasting and cooking at home, along with turkey and turkey legs and house-made sausage. And
Well, that's the thing. We're going to be
steaks and-
doing Oktoberfest at Gulfstream this Saturday. You can do your own at home. They
Yeah,
do a great assortment of sausages.
I'm looking at all these links that are
Yes.
just laid across. Like
Yeah.
they're over a foot long each. These are very impressive, and they've got
and all done
the
in
hot
house.
And they all
Italian,
made in house. Yes.
They've got turkey, they've got chicken sausage, whatever you want. I don't see any vegan Impossible meat sausage, which is just as well.
No, we don't have vegan. We did have some vegan, and then through the COVID crisis, and people just
It didn't
buy
sell.
it. They didn't buy 'em.
Oh, that's
No,
interesting.
There's a reason
Yeah.
because if people are
Didn't
coming
buy 'em.
here, I don't think they're much of the vegan crowd. You want to
They-
be
they
sensitive
wanna
to
get
everybody's
some-
You want them
needs,
to have a
but
choice. But
like
Yeah.
you want to come in here, you want to get, it's a great place for pescatarians
Mhm.
because I'm
Yes.
looking at this beautiful array of fresh fish from all over, near and far. And I'm looking at, of course, the stone crabs, but then there's also blue crabs and spiced like
spice and
like
garlic.
garlic crabs, all kinds of the shrimp from the Key West pink shrimp and the Royal red shrimp. I mean, just a fantastic selection. It's at 4191 North State Road 7, and it's never too early to start thinking about Thanksgiving.
Correct.
Yeah, and you can order your birds by giving me a call here. What's the number? It's
954-983-6831. 954-983-6831. We're looking forward to seeing you or hearing from you from the phone. Take your order.
I order my Thanksgiving bird here every year, and this year will be no
So does
different.
ordering, because I know I've thought about the last few years just coming here and watching. Because I know the line's crazy, and then on top of that, you guys are actually so systematic that even it's like Chick-fil-A, that even though the line's long, you don't feel like it's long.
Mm-hmm.
Does it help to call it? Like you sort of have to, right? Like you can't just come and get it.
Because when you call it in, we just go ahead and grab it. It's called grab and go.
Okay.
So here's the system, Lubie. You call up 3 weeks in
advance. As much as we make fun of Mayo, he's actually good in these instances. So that's actually what I was.
I'm usually a last minute scrambler, but when it comes to my Thanksgiving stuff, I definitely always want to have my ducks in a row, so to speak.
There you go.
My turkeys in a row. You give them a call here. They'll say what size bird you want, and you give a range. It's either 12 to 14, 18 to 20, 20 to 22.
Okay.
And then they put it on an index card. And if you also want to order some stone crabs or shrimp, they'll also note that. And then what you guys do is, like, when you get here, you'll see there's tents set up. They have index cards where you give your name or phone number, and they'll pull your card out. It'll have your order on it. You take a number when you come in, but again, very orderly. Everything moves efficiently. The parking lot, they have Hollywood Police Department hired off-duty details to direct the traffic. It's really an impressive operation.
Yes.
And I don't know how many turkeys you sell. I don't know if that's a state secret, but it seems like thousands by the truckload.
We probably sell more than three trailers full.
Three trailers full of birds that are fresh killed, brought in. Absolutely make the difference, taste the difference. And and then you give them your card to the counter person. They'll go in the back, pull out your turkey, put it in a bag. The bag has the instructions on it, the one that you have on it, so you won't butcher your bird and cook it perfectly.
Yeah, I love that. That's my other favorite part about Delaware is they'll coach you.
Yeah. And
this year we kind of innovated a little bit. We put the instruction online.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we like people to go online and then look at it, so it will be easier for them instead of. It will be easier. And also the main reason we want people to place their order ahead of coming in, that help with
moving things along,
inventory. That help us to know,
know what
how many you need,
how many
order.
turkey we need instead of order 5,000.
We
nobody wants to be caught short, and you also don't want to have an extra turkey lying around either.
We know there's a few people who never order, and then we have extra. But if we know we're gonna have like 500 ordered, and then we add, the rest.
Yeah, there's going to be some walk-ins. Yes. You have the formula down. You guys have been doing it a long time. My favorite thing is coming in here right when it opens. Like you guys, open early on like the Tuesday, Wednesday before Thanksgiving, like 7 a.m. I usually come in at 7:30, and then I see Doug Carter, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, working the counter. He's hoisting those 20-pound birds.
He's right here.
Oh, he's still there. Look at that.
He works harder now than I've ever seen him before.
He doesn't know the meaning of the word relax and retire.
No.
Look at that. You can't keep a man
all
away.
over the place.
Like I heard the voice, and I'm like, is he here?
Yeah, that's fantastic to see. Look at him.
He's
He's
like,
greeting
He looks great,
customers.
too.
Watching the door.
He could run for president. I'd vote for Doug.
He has a lot of energy.
He does have a lot of energy. No such thing as too old.
Nah,
all right, let's take our first break, and we'll be back with more at Delaware Chicken and Seafood after these words. For the finest poultry and the freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike. Southern comfort food from a scratch kitchen. Delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that. Back on the lunchbox, Mike Mayo, Mike Lubie Lubitz off to the side, about to take a seat again. We are enjoying the bounty of the seas today celebration, the start of stone crab season. It started 2 days ago, and Delaware Chicken and Seafood has all your stone crab and other seafood and fish and beef and chicken and turkey needs. 4191 North State Road 7. You can't miss it. It's right across from the old Seminole Classic Casino, the former bingo hall, and just down the block from the Guitar Hotel. What I like to do, Lubie, is make a nice score at the poker tables, take a $100 bill, crisp $100 bill, walk in here and just say, give me $100 worth of large stone crabs. And it makes me feel like Diamond Jim Brady and Elon Musk all rolled into Well, I then have my little cutoff T-shirt and jump up in the air and go, yay, stone crabs.
Please. Please don't do that.
Is that an image you want to see?
I'm not even trying to think of that image. What I will say is, I know we have different things we want to discuss, but
yes,
one thing I enjoy about Delaware, and we talk about this almost every time, and I do it because I'm actually floored, because someone who's gone to many a deli counter or fish counter or supermarkets, I'm always amazed at how frustrating, confusing, and just lost you can get.
Right.
And
sometimes at Publix now, which used to be really good.
It's just with the service. And I understand they must be overwhelmed, but like the hospitality, and it's something we talk about with all of our sponsors. It will lead me into the next topic I'd like to touch on, but the hospitality here is impressive to me. Not only that they move people in and out, but again, the coaching, that if you have a question, they'll assist you
about how to prepare something, or, again, if you see a beautiful whole fish here, they'll scale it and fillet it for you right in the back. And then all you end up with is the beautiful fillet, but you pay for the whole fish price, but it sometimes works out to be more economical than buying just the straight up fillets for certain pieces of fish. They aim to please here. And what's also remarkable is, you see the way people are filing in. They're buying all kinds of products. And Gene was with us, and he saw that the line was backing up at the register. And he's like, that's it. I got to peel away. I got to start serving some customers. And he started working the registers. And that's the kind of thing they pay attention to detail. They know you have lives and busy ones, and they want to get you in and out. So efficiency is the order of the day here. All right, let's go to your birthday. Okay. I understand. Look, I'm so impressed with you. I'm so proud of you. We've been doing this how many years? 2.5, 3 years of the show, and you've been involved since we jumped off the radio and did the video part of it. And kudos to you for every day figuring out how to manage all the technology. Not the easiest thing, but basically, you had your birthday yesterday, and you also went from the lows of eating the McDonald's chicken Big Mac. What was your final verdict on that?
Look, and it's funny because and I did see on Let's Eat, like someone bitching and moaning about, well, what is this site? And it was a younger dude, which was interesting.
God, these
and
people.
I just don't understand. Like that's the point I thought of. Let's Eat is to give food,
the full range of food, the whole gamut,
good and bad,
from soup to nuts, from dreck to the finest meals.
But what's cool is, look, we talk about not just what we do, but people talk about different. I don't know about levels, but different kinds of food.
Yeah,
different qualities
people
of food.
eat fast food. It's one of the facts of everyday life, and I think
it exists for a reason.
As a critic and a food show, I don't want to be known as some snob elitist, like, oh, I would never deign to eat some crap from McDonald's. I mean, if it's good, they have good products there. Yes. I like that filet of fish sandwich. That was a very elegant little sandwich. I still don't know what was in the actual fish patty, as I called it. Here. I called it yesterday in my written recap review online. I called the filet of fish a marvel. The bun is absolutely wonderful, a little compact nice and thing. Soft, yep. And the fish is a nice square patty. I said the interior is some indeterminate oceanic particulate. And Val particularly liked that phrase. Indeterminate oceanic particulate. And it was like, it's not like a whole fish fillet, but it was a very sad. And even though they layer this cheese on it, which again makes no sense to me, like who has fish with cheese? But their tartar sauce is so good. I love that little sandwich. I loved it a lot better than Chicken Big Mac. But anyway, the point being, we've gone from the depths, and then you went to the Catherine, which is one of my favorite restaurants. Never mind Broward, in all of South Florida. Timon and Marissa and the whole crew there do a great job. How was your birthday?
Well, it was great, but just to finish the thought, and definitely we'll talk about the Catherine, was I, of all people, like I've never lived on fast food, but I've eaten fast food consistently through my life. I eat it less now because we just have a lot of food.
Because you're hanging out with me.
We're eating good, great, whatever you want to call the food, but also I just have food all the time, and I'm not the biggest eater, neither is my wife. So like I just don't eat fast food as often, but I will. There's always the thing. Whenever new stuff comes out, even before Sarnie, I'm always interested in trying it just to see what it is. So, and I am one that does McDonald's breakfast. I've always been a huge fan of. And I've always liked the fries. There's always different things I've liked about McDonald's. So it's not a slam McDonald's thing. I don't understand how they did. The Beast said they did like a trial. You talk about someone getting fired. It's who after the trial then was like, let's put this nationally. Like it just didn't work to me. And I like the Big Mac. I didn't understand that.
Let me ask you this.
I don't know why they even do it.
Do you like Chicken McNuggets?
Well, watching some of the documentaries have sort of ruined them for me, but yes, I used to love chicken nuggets.
My daughter loves Chicken McNuggets.
I used to love them.
I hate Chicken McNuggets because it's not real chicken.
That's my problem.
It's chicken particulate.
It is. It's a leftover
that would chicken, when you go to Home Depot to buy the boards to board up windows during a hurricane. That's the same kind of stuff that they put in the chicken McNugget. I'm not being serious. Don't sue me, McDonald's. It's just not a good product.
It's not real chicken. It's not like chunks of chicken, and that's my problem.
And people I think also in the batter, some people like the batter. I think maybe they put a little bit of crack or MSG in that. But my daughter loves it, and I think if you like a Chicken McNugget, you might like the Chicken Big Mac because it's basically like two Chernobyl-sized mutant chicken McNuggets that they blow up and put on a bun. But to me, the texture didn't work, the flavor didn't work, nothing worked. And, it was a harsh indictment. I call it garbage. But we tried it. I tossed most of it. You tried it. But then you went from the depths of the valley. And again, for those who, on the group, if you start like raising your nose in the air and say, oh, what kind of group is this? Why did I do that? It's
I didn't understand
we
that.
talk about the full range, and if you're not interested in reading or hearing about my opinions of the new McDonald's products or the Wendy's Krabby Krab, then don't just ignore it. It costs you nothing to move on. So that's my harangue of the day.
Yeah.
Now, we all went from the gutter
to
the peak of Himalayas.
Yes.
How was the Catherine? How are my friends doing over there?
So I missed Timon and Marissa. We've talked about, I don't know on air, but they're going to be taking a trip to a place that I've been to. And Shirley, my wife, was just a couple months ago, Hawaii. So that's a big trip.
They do the Hawaii Food Festival every year.
Oh, it's a food. Oh, they're working it too. Oh, geez. Okay. So that's what, because they weren't, that's why I really wanted to go this week as opposed to another week, because I wanted to catch them, because it's not for freebies or anything. I really like Timon. He's just.
There's Doug Carter.
Oh, the great one.
Good to see you, my man. You doing all right? You want a headset? You want to come on for a second?
He's working.
He's going to lunch. All right. Well, it is always great to see you. It is amazing. keep up the great work here at Delaware, and I'm so happy that it's stone crab season.
Yes.
And I'm getting to enjoy the bounty of the season. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Doug is reminding me about the time that I went all science experiment and did a kind of a comparison when I was at the Sun Sentinel of what is the best value stone crab. And it's something that bore out what you were telling customers, that in terms of getting the most meat for the pound at the lowest price, it's actually mediums are your best value bet, right?
Yeah,
and,
when you wait on the medium was the best value. Yes.
Yeah. Now, have you I need to recreate that experiment because I think like now the large looks so good and they've gotten bigger. But I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things with mediums, you might get a bigger meat yield, but you have to work harder at it. You got to peel more crabs and all that.
It's a lot more work.
It's a lot more work. And people are, I guess, I don't want to call them lazy, but they like to just kind of
they like as much free time as they can do.
That's it. And you, I guess, I don't know what you are doing with your free time. You end up here working the counter. God bless you. How you doing? Everything good?
Good. Yeah, everything's good.
All good. All right. Well,
today was a lot of people. A couple don't show up, and then you got other things to do.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, it's always tough, but again, that's the whole name of the game. Is you're always ready to kind of stand in and start helping out, and that's great. So, always good to see you, Doug. And we're telling people, come on in, get your stone crabs, and of course, get the Thanksgiving turkey ordered, and that's always going to be an adventure. And I know I love seeing you in here at 7 a.m. on those on Thanksgiving week, but
a little earlier.
All good.
Usually 6.
Can I ask you how old you are now, or no?
86.
86. Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
The man is a local treasure, Doug, and his late wife Elsie ran the place for must be like close to 50 years or whatever.
Yes.
Since the early 60s, you've been. And it was Elsie's parents that first started the place, right, in the 50s.
And we moved the store here in 1962.
62. So it's been in this location. Now, let me do some quick math. That would be 62 years in this location. You, my friend, are going to be we're doing a new segment calling it the Iconic Eateries of South Florida, but we're also including markets and things like that. Doing it with our friends Andy Cagnetta at Transworld Business Associates. And if you're interested in buying or selling a business, reach out to them at tworld.com. But we're going to come in here for one of our monthly Iconic Eatery visits, too. And
that'd be great.
They're going to have to, recognize you formally because we've now going around to restaurants with a little plaque and also markets and eateries. But, yeah, you guys are iconic. And you guys have been doing things the right way for so long. So we appreciate everything you do here.
Well, thank you.
All right, Doug. Get back to the counter. Oh, no, get some lunch.
Yeah, I want to
you know what? Take the rest of the day off.
I might get fired.
Nobody going to be firing you.
Oh, jeez.
That's great. He's so great.
He's a treasure.
I love that. I did not realize he's 86. That's really.
He's kicking butt, man. It's really impressive to see him.
And I guess the ethos here. I mean, he has technically retired, but you still find him here a lot because he just loves
He's working harder,
hanging out with people. All right, so
anyway, so I was hoping to see Tim and Marissa.
You know what? Before we get to
take a break, and then
let's take the
get back
second
to
break, and then we'll get into your Catherine adventures in Fort Lauderdale last night. But before we do that, another place for Thanksgiving that you want to consider if you don't want to cook at home. My other alternative that is highly Lunchbox approved. Tropical Acres Steakhouse. Yep. They are open all day Thanksgiving, and you want to make your reservations now. Spare yourself the cooking and the cleanup and having to deal with all those relatives. You really don't want to spend any more time than you have to. Make yourself a reservation at Tropical Acres. You get in, you get out, 954-989-2500. You know the place. It's iconic also. 75 years. Yep. Fantastic prime rib. The filet mignons, they got all kinds of great seafood in there as well. They still have the twin lobster special, 2 fresh New England lobsters thrown in daily, $39 for 2 of them, along with a salad and a side dish. Happy hour in the bar, 4:30 to 6:30, Monday through Friday. The Loyalty Reward Club card, 2500 Griffin Road. We love Tropical Acres and the Studiali family. Go online now, tropicalacres.com. Better yet, go in there tonight and get yourself a beautiful steak or meal and tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Alrighty, after this, we will come back with more of Mike Meadows Lunchbox here at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Stone crab season is here. I also had a really fun birthday experience last night at the Catherine. We'll talk about that and more here Mike Mayo's Lunchbox from Delaware Chicken Farm and Supermarket after this.
When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. If you're looking for an exquisite sushi experience, Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them. Looking for great seafood that's a little further inland? Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C. 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. It's serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox.
All right, we're back at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. I've got a mouthful of stone crab. I turned into
I just love the aftermath.
the total hypocrite because I was saying, oh, all these people, I don't eat their knuckles. And then I had a pile of knuckles.
I was
here.
going to say you have a
I started tearing into all the claws. They're so good. God, Jose is over there, of course, longtime seafood manager and now the owner here at Delaware. He's hobnobbing with some customers. Hopefully we can get him on air. It's great seeing Gene and Doug Carter as usual. But Lubie, Well, before we get into the Catherine, kind of tied into the Catherine, Visit Lauderdale Food Wine Festival.
Yep.
Phil,
Less than 3 months away.
usually Timon and the Catherine get involved with some of their dinners and other events, but Visit Lauderdale Food Wine Festival coming up. I can't believe it. And I didn't realize there's a new component on the Sunday. It used to be Family Day only, but now they're actually having a ticketed mini brunch event that's also happening in the corner of that beachfront park. I did not realize this until I talked to Phil yesterday. Going to be a nice capper to the whole week after the whole, intimate dinners and the cocktail competition, the Asian theme walk and roll Thursday, the barbecue battle Friday, the grand tasting Saturday, and now Sunday morning, a ticketed event of brunch along with some libations. All these events, tickets now available online at vofoodwine.com. That's VO for Visit Lauderdale, foodwine.com. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be taking place from, I believe, January 13th through the 19th of 2025. It'll be here before you know it, right after the holidays. Get your tickets now. Makes the perfect gift for the food lover in your life. All right, Lubie, now on to the birthday celebration. You go from a chicken Big Mac to some things like the crispy tuna rice, the orecchiette that has been on their menu from the beginning. What was it like? Did they take good care of you and Shirley?
The only downside was Timon and Marissa are getting ready for their Hawaii trip, so they sadly weren't there. I like seeing them because it's cool that they're the owners, restaurateurs, but they're also highly involved. Marissa literally is at the front when you walk in, hostessing. Their daughters are very involved, and then Timon's in the kitchen, but he comes out and he works it, which is really impressive. And I really appreciate, and it's just fun talking to Timon. Like he literally the last time he actually, and I don't know if it was just us, maybe it might be, I don't know if it's other people that he does it, but like he literally showed Shirley how to eat the clam chowder fries, because we usually, dunk it in, and he's like, no. You gotta.
I didn't know there's a right and wrong way.
He's like, you gotta take you don't have to do this. He's like, but this is the way I do it. We're like, well, obviously we'd rather do. You came up with this, so he's like, you gotta take the clams out, put it in, and then you mix it all up because you want to get the gravy with the fries. We're like, yeah, but doesn't that mess with the consistency of the fry? He's like, yeah, but who cares? He's like, that's how you get the flavor throughout all of it.
Oh yeah, it soaks through. You get like chowder soaked fries.
Yes. So we did that last night with my in-law. So we went last night. It was my birthday. Been trying to get my father-in-law and mother-in-law out to the Catherine. We really have enjoyed it, our experiences there. And we got them there last night, and it didn't disappoint. I hate that. I sound like Mayo. Yeah. It was fantastic. It was a fantastic experience. The only problem is the dishes we love so much that we want to be the kind of people that try. We are the kind of people that like trying new things.
Right, but it's but when you only go to a place
so
a couple
great.
Of times, you want to hit the old reliables when you only go there maybe twice a year.
That's
or whatever.
The thing.
Yeah.
The crispy tuna rice is fantastic. The clam chowder fries is literally. Joe Beja and Gulfstream Park paid homage to it because it was such a great dish.
Interesting dish, right? And then, of course,
you have to get the Thai curry
Branzino, which was, put in the New York Times top 25 of dishes in the country. They did that list every year in December, and it made it last year, and that really helped them because now people, of course, see that, and they come in, and they want that dish. Beautiful sauce, gravy, whatever you want to call it with the fish.
Flavor. And then orecchiette. We have to get the orecchiette, orecchiette, whatever you.
And he says every time I try to pull that off the menu, people scream.
No, you can't. No, I would be
because people have become so conditioned to it.
It's just great.
And and that you like a restaurateur who is sensitive to what the public wants. He is a creative chef. He always wants to be innovating and putting new things on. But sometimes he just kind of says, "I give up. I got to give the people what they want." The wonderful thing, so the Mike Mayo way, when I go into a restaurant, because I tend to overorder, so like I get those extra 2 dishes that of the things that because you want to have the old reliables, but then so like me and Val will go in and we'll get like 2 or 3 things that we know and love, and then we'll get 2 or 3 things that are new, and then whatever we can't eat, we bring home, and then we have leftovers. There's no leftovers. Some people are intimidated, and especially at more upscale restaurants, to they think that it's déclassé to wrap up things. And I've gone to restaurants in South Florida when I was a critic, and I've asked to wrap up the leftovers, and they kind of look at me with that little snooty face. I was like, I don't give a shit what you think. I paid for this. It's too good to waste. I'm not, unless it's a McDonald's chicken Big Mac. I ain't throwing food in the garbage.
No.
So So if we overorder, we just bag it up, and then next thing you know, we got lunch for a couple of days.
Yeah, I don't think you can overorder there. We underordered just because to play it safe, and then we actually got a third entree, this chicken thigh dish that we like to ask the staff, you know, what do you think? What's the best? What do you enjoy the most?
I love that chicken thigh dish.
And we never tried
well
it.
executed.
It was fantastic.
It's good.
It was fantastic.
And again, he uses thighs, which is the fattier, juicier
Yeah, it
part
has
of the
more
meat.
flavor,
You can't
yeah.
overcook it. Sometimes with chicken breasts,
Mhm.
things come out a little dry.
Very dry.
They could get hammered. Speaking of getting hammered, I can't wait to get to Southport in a little bit. But before we go there, we'll talk about Batch after the last break because there's a little brouhaha on the Let's Eat group involving Batch. And Kevin, God bless him.
He's great.
He is so diplomatic. And I texted him before the show because you could tell this was like kind of an unfair hit piece. And I happened to be in there last night for their Whiskey Wednesday
That's the best
thing.
part of it.
Me and Val, we paid to go to this educational series. So we were in there at the same time that this gentleman was describing, and what he described and what I saw were not the same thing. We'll talk about it more after the break. But Kevin was very diplomatic in handling it in exchanges on the group today. And I just texted him. I said, if I was a restaurateur, I would. People are like ridiculous. I don't know how you manage to stay so even tempered. And I said, if I owned a restaurant, Kevin, I would make Reno Sorbonne of Heritage look like Henry Kissinger. Exactly. I would just like rip them new ones up and down the block. But he didn't, much to his credit. And but Batch is also a great place, which I haven't had any bad experiences there lately. And I love them. They're at 525 North Federal Highway, Fort Lauderdale. Great place for weekend brunch. But we'll talk more about that whole brouhaha after the final break today here on the Lunchbox.
Hey, Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Fresh local fish, a sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them. We're back. We're talking to Jose, but he's running around like he says a chicken with its head off. I don't know if you're allowed to say that at Delaware. Running around like a stone crab with its half a claw missing. But always good to see him. He says the stone crab supply, they've got enough to get people through this weekend. And, of course, the storms were a bit of a challenge. Jose, my man, how are you? It's great to be back. I think we missed you last month. We hope you had a good summer. You did some traveling, relaxed a little bit. That seems like a distant memory, right?
That was far away.
How are you? And how's everything
Doing
going?
great. How you guys have been?
I'm marveling at, of course, Gene puts together a beautiful seafood platter. You see all the customers coming in, stone crabs of all sizes. But it's been a challenge, I guess, with the storms, right?
It's been a challenge. It's been a challenge. The guys going back, they're getting back together little by little. They actually every day is a little better. I was just on the phone with one of my suppliers, and they putting pieces together.
That's good. And you guys managed to find a way. You've been around for so long. Again, we saw Doug. He came out. I can't believe he's 86. God bless the man. And he can't keep him away from here. He's like, take the rest of the day off. He goes, no, I'm just going to go for lunch. And
he plays around with the young kids. I mean, he can go around those young kids. It's amazing.
I love seeing that. And I love seeing the continuity maintained here at Delaware, the quality. You did some renovations, refurbishment in the summer. The place looks fantastic. The quality of everything. I've been coming in here for years, and it's been staying at that high level. The seafood, the fish, the poultry, even all the steaks and the house-made sausages.
And now with the new wines coming up,
nice wines.
We got a whole line of kosher wine coming in next week.
And now the eggs too. You got all the the grab and go items, the roasted chicken. But you go into the supermarket, you need to take out a second mortgage for some of the eggs. Here you get a full big case of it, and it's
super jumbos,
farm fresh,
super jumbos. So they've been an attraction.
I can't sing your praises enough. And of course, I can't believe it that stone crab season started. And that means next month when we come in, it's already Thanksgiving.
It's already Thanksgiving.
So
I was talking to you a little bit.
And we were talking about, I think you guys are doing a partnership with Crowder.
We're doing a big gather together. We're doing a big party on Sunday, November 10th.
November 10th on a Sunday. It's going to be here in the parking lot.
It's going to be in the parking lot.
Nice. And I think we might do a live special Sunday edition.
I think we should get together and
Channing Crowder.
Everything I want. Big fans of Crowder. The Crowder powder that you guys gave to us is fantastic.
It's amazing.
I put it on everything.
It's amazing.
It's good. I have some in my pantry and sprinkle it on when I'm cooking and grilling. And Channing is a renaissance man. I mean, he's a multimedia star now. Fledgling stand-up comic.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've never seen his set yet. He plays at the Improv sometimes. And he's also, likes to dabble in the kitchen, the chef, and he's creating his products. So what's going to happen on that Sunday? It's just
we just open up. We're going to have his seasons. We're going to cook fish, shrimp. We're going to cook some chickens, a little bit of ground beef, and everything's going to be used on his product, and his seasoning. So
nice. Oh, good. So it'll be Sunday, November 10th. Okay. I think that's a 3-day weekend for people if they have Veterans Day off. Veterans Day is Monday on the 11th. You guys never have a vacation. You open every day.
Every day. So we crash the party and we'll do everything live.
We'll do a little live cast and then we'll replay it during that week and setting up the whole Thanksgiving.
We put him in the spotlight without him knowing.
It's going to be fantastic.
You got any questions, please bring them up.
Well, it's always good to see you. And now we've got a date. Sunday, November 10th. We'll be out here live streaming and then we'll replay that show later in the week. Delaware Chicken Seafood. It is. I'm just feeling in a giddy mood right now. I mean, for those keeping score at home, and they put the over/under, I think, on 4 or 5 of the stone crabs. 3. I just
you did well. I
restrained myself.
He hasn't finished yet. I still go with the 4.
I still have enough.
I still going with the 4.
It was Lubie's birthday yesterday. And as a birthday gift, we're gonna, I guess, he can take some leftovers home for.
Guys, he's still going for number 4. I'm telling you, he's gonna be off.
And I'm actually gonna purchase. I don't know if you know. I told you. I haven't really caught up. I sold my home in Dania. Escaped the floods, escaped from Atlantis. Yeah. I've now moved in with my lovely girlfriend Val up in Fort Lauderdale, and I'm going to purchase some stone crabs. We're going to have a nice stone crab dinner tonight.
Nice glass of wine and
champagne, my friend. Nothing but
sit in the patio. I'm going to take you out.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day. All right, we'll get more into the
Thank you guys.
Business tomorrow.
We'll see you in the party and November 10th.
Sunday afternoon, right here, Channing Crowder powder and all kinds of fun stuff. Meanwhile, don't wait until then. Come on out here, get your stone crabs or whatever you want. It's a cornucopia of all kinds of fresh seafood, meat, and more at whatever price level that you are looking for. daily and weekly specials. Go online to DelawareChicken.com. Sign up for the newsletter, and that will give you all the weekly specials.
Weekly specials. It's a lot more stuff going on, and we're really trying to improve everything that we already doing. We're just trying to make it
continuous
much fun.
Improvement.
Keep
That's
growing,
the name of the game. All right. Love
Thank you,
here.
guys. I appreciate it.
Jose.
Thank you for everything.
We'll see you next month. And everybody, will see you tomorrow out at Gulfstream Park. Enjoy every stone crab claw and enjoy every sandwich.